All right, good morning, everyone. Today we're just going to continue with some hair design. I'm going to show you the come out for the one that we did yesterday, which is right here. If you remember this, we did the on base, half off base, off base, and then the rest of this was set on a half off base until the bottom where about the third row from the bottom was flipped up. So I'll just do a come out on this here this morning.
I had a hard time doing that roller set last night.
Flipping it up.
Yeah, well, getting the angles right. It took me forever. It's embarrassing.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? Keep practicing, you'll get it.
I struggled with the little white picks too. I noticed that you have clips on the rollers. Doesn't that leave crimps in the hair though?
Not when you put them at the top next to the scalp. So at the top of the roller, right at the scalp, you just clip it in like that and you won't find the crimps. If you put it on the top and stuff, then you will. But placing it right at the top of the roller, you will not, at the scalp.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. You have to secure it to the scalp, which sometimes is tricky, depending on, the haircut.
I've been struggling all week with it.
It actually has been sitting here all night and stuff was kind of wet. One more right here. Okay, so once the rollers come out, you can kind of see that, we've got the bases here in the front and it's going back on the sides. You can kind of see the flip up in the back here with the rollers out. So instead of brushing this one now, what I'm going to do is just run my fingers through it, just to kind of loosen this up. And I'm just kind of lifting it up in the back because that's the way that it was set, kind of running it through here just to kind of break up some of these roller placements here. And then we're just going to do some light back combing just to kind of tie it together, not so much to make it last and smooth it out or any of that, but I'm going to just do a little bit and I'm going to use this kind of pick comb here with the big pick, and I'm going to use this side over here of these bristles. So I'm just going to flip this in the back because we want it to come up. So I'm just going to use this to flip it. And then at the top, where I want the fullness up in here, this is where I'm going to back comb some of these roller lines together, just a little bit, not a lot. So enough to kind of bring it together. I want this more of a casual look instead of a finished, like formal look. So again, we want to make sure that we got the whole 365 degrees all the way around. Oh, that doesn't look so good in the front. Or if you have hairspray, which I don't have any hairspray, but if I had hairspray, you know, that I'm using on here, I can make this stay a lot better than what I just did, but. Use your fingers, use your hands, you know, you can use all kinds of different tools. But now we just sort of got a casual kind of flipped up in the back look, you know, kind of going back on the sides and just all the way around. It's just more of a casual style than some of the others, you know, that we've had. Less finished looking there. So you guys think you're gonna be like doing these what sets?
No.
Maybe. No? She's like, no. Okay. How about using like, actually, have you ever seen these? Anyone ever seen these? No? So these are just like hot brushes. What they do is these little metal pieces in between the bristles here, they get hot. And you can actually just roll the hair around with these and curl it. The thing with this is you gotta be careful because if you get tangled, it's not letting loose. There's no release button on these. So you would, you know, plug it in, bring it down like this, and just kind of roll it on the ends like that, roll it up, you know, pull it down, roll it up a little bit more, and then you would get a curl out of it. These come in different sizes. Of course, you can see that these are different sizes, right? But they even come larger around. They're easy to use, but they're also easy to get tangled up because people want to just like roll them all the way up. But you just got to, basically it's an in thing because you don't want it to get stuck. Anyone ever got a brush stuck in their hair? I have. It hurts when you try to take it out. So, but this is just an alternative to like using a roller. There's also this. This blows out hot air. So it's almost like a blow dryer. When you go to use it in the hair, you can place it in and just roll it up and let it dry because it blows the warm air, and you're just using, you know, the warm air there to dry the hair with it. It also open. It says it has open and lock. I thought it would turn. Oh, comes off. So you can use like just a blow dryer attachment thing for one end on it, or you can place this end on, lock it back, and then you have the brush itself, which this is good. You can take it off because you'd be able to clean it a lot easier with it off, and you can sanitize it also once you take it off. This thing has dual voltage for 250 to 125. So we're at 125 over here. We're going to use that. It also has a GFI switch on the back of it, just like a regular hair dryer. So there's a lot of interesting things that you can use with these. And these also come in different sizes. This is a lovely crimper. Anyone ever used a crimper? Yeah, seen those before?
I used to all the time freshman year.
So yeah, this is one of them. This one's been around for a while. Let's just say this one's been around for a minute. And And then there's the wand. I'm sure you're all probably really familiar with the wand, right? These are pretty common tools out there now. You can find them everywhere. Just remember they burn. This one's kind of got a gripper on the end of it. So I don't know how you would hold the hair and hold the gripper, but it's there for you. It's a large size. And then I have this waver. And this is just it's a curling iron, but as it opens like this, it makes a wave, just like waves down.
That's what I did to my hair this morning with that one.
With this one? Okay. So you know how this works. So you know you can make waves too. So does anyone see how any of these work? No, we all know how they work. Yeah. Okay. So someone has curlier hair and they want to wear their hair curly, but they don't want to walk out with it wet. Or maybe the curl needs a little bit of extra help to stay curly. And if you let it dry on its own, it may just kind of fall down. We need a little bit of extra weight. So this video is all about scrunching up curlier hair. Okay, Lexi, I see your chat. We'll make sure we do that before, okay? So let me share this video with you.
Many clients with a naturally curly or permed hair texture want to wear a more controlled or stylized look that incorporates their curls. Creating waves that move off the face and scrunch drying the remaining lengths will create the effect this client desires quickly and effectively. This highly activated curly texture design is produced by a scrunching technique. Air-formed waves at the center front move away from the face and blend well to the curly texture. Exercise will be performed on a diagonal forward increased layered form. The arch shows the direction in which an oblong is created at the center front hairline. The oblong will be positioned as shown to blend with the diffused texture. Apply styling foam to freshly shampooed hair. Apply from the base through to the ends. Then, comb the product through for even distribution. Begin air forming an oblong by positioning direct the airflow from the concave end toward the convex end. Work toward the convex end using the same technique. Repeat the movement as many times as necessary until the desired oblong movement is achieved. Note that this technique will automatically create the beginning of another oblong movement, blending into the curls at the back. Attach the diffuser attachment to the blow dryer and move to the back. Tilt the head back and use your hand to gently lift and scrunch lengths. Begin at the center back nape lengths. With the blow dryer set on low heat and low speed, place the blow dryer directly under the lengths. Work from the center to one side.
No, we can't read it today. Only reading it.
Work toward the top of the back using the same technique, working systematically from the center to either side. Avoid over-manipulating the lengths. Move to one side and use your fingers to blend the oblong with the diffused lengths. Continue to gently lift and scrunch the lengths, placing the diffuser beneath the strands. Use the same technique working to the exterior.
Last video.
Placement of the dryer next to the ear.
My video keeps freezing.
I have a black screen.
Other sides, repeat the same techniques. Be sure to blend the oblong with the diffused lengths. Continue to diffuse the lengths, paying close attention to the balance of the design. Move to the top and lift the hair, blending the oblong with the curly lengths while creating more volume. To complete the design, apply a shine product to the lengths. Detail working through the design as necessary. The finish shows soft, natural-looking curls that are accentuated with beautiful waves moving away from the face. The results of air forming the hair using a scrunching technique will vary with the curl pattern of the hair, whether natural or permed. You may also manipulate the hair to achieve specific effects as shown in this exercise. This technique creates a slightly more controlled texture and can reduce the appearance of frizz, especially on drier, more unruly hair textures. This exercise is performed on a diagonal forward increase layered form. The art approximates the random section that will be used. After applying styling lotion or foam to clean, damp hair, take random sections starting at the front hairline. Use your fingers and the tail of the comb to manipulate the hair into loose, irregular, flat pin curls. Secure the pin curls with clips. Work across the head as you work toward the back.
Is anybody else's screen freezing like this?
Yeah, mine is too.
As an option, some strands or the ends may be left out or not incorporated. Use the same technique throughout, working to the longest lengths at the back. Airform the hair using a diffuser until it is approximately 75% dry. Then release the pin curls individually and diffuse the hair by lifting the lengths gently without disturbing the curl formation. Apply finishing products to define the texture and to add shine.
Okay, come on. Okay, that was really strange because all of a sudden my screen just went black and I got this big white thing going across it that said Zoom was not responding. So that was kind of strange. Anyways, anyone ever done pin curls like that to set their hair with? You can actually do that with straight hair too. I've done that before with a light twist first. So you lightly twist the hair and then you roll it up and clip it in and let it dry, and it actually gives the hair some waves. If you're doing that though, what you have to be careful with is if you don't do it quite right, it does get a little, would it be funny, I guess might be the word.
Miss
So
Connie,
yes.
you're frozen.
No. Okay. So you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We just can't see you.
Okay. I guess that's why Zoom was having a little bit of a problem, huh? Well, that's not gonna work, huh? Zoom not responding, it says.
Miss Connie.
Okay.
Miss Connie.
I was gonna try to go out and come back on, but I just got that blue circle going around. So anyone doing anything exciting today while I'm waiting for this to work? Oh,
When are we going back to school? California went back today.
nothing fun.
Hello? Girl, can she not
I'm
hear
just
me?
going out to dinner. That's about my fun. You guys don't look frozen. I see everybody moving around.
Miss Connie, can you hear Benny?
No, I think she.
I can hear you.
Oh wait, maybe not.
Oh, let's try this.
Girl.
Wait, Benny, so they went back to school today?
Yeah, my cousin goes to California and they went to school. And I need to go back to school.
I'm not responding. Nothing's working. Oh my God. Get this out of me.
Can they see you? Let me see you.
I can't. It keeps kicking me off.
Let me see the pineapples. That was the cutest.
Pineapples.
I don't need a pack of candy because I got the wrong one in my pocket. You don't like chicken sticks, do you?
I like, it's candy, right? Mute. Can you hear me now? Are we
Yeah.
still frozen? Okay, do you see what Kim did to me while my computer was doing weird stuff? And then I got some candy.
Are they your birthday?
It's my birthday. Yes, Benny. Oh,
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
thank you, thank you. Okay, this
Damn, I
is-
guess nobody heard me singing happy birthday to you.
I don't know what these things are, but
Happy birthday.
thank you, everyone. Oh, we need some candy. That's what she said. Eat candy. Okay, that kind of hurt my head. Benny's on here. Let me put Benny on here. So hopefully Zoom will keep responding now. That was strange what it was doing. So hopefully it's going to work now. So is anyone ever, what I was asking before it went all wonky was, has anyone ever just like rolled their hair up and clipped it with pin curls and like let it dry? And then when it falls down, you kind of have like a wave. Once it's dry, it'll kind of give a wave. Nick, I know you do that all the time with your hair. So if you have straight hair, it also works, but you need to put a little bit of a twist in that straight hair first and then let it roll before it does that. Now, does everyone know how to braid? Yeah, we all know how to do regular braid. Yes, no, kind of.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. 3-strand. Over, under. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do we know how to do 5 strands?
No.
Really not.
No, because ones that are like through 5 strands, I don't even know how to do 3 strands. Those of you that don't know how to do that part. Okay, it's a little complicated, but we'll do that tomorrow. So I cut this doll head yesterday.
Did everybody say happy birthday to Miss Connie?
Yes, we did.
Let's move on.
Yeah, she's sexy, huh? All right, so we cut this doll head yesterday to try to do something with this. I was thinking about it all day, like, what do I want to do with this doll head? Because it's, it's got an increased layered haircut on it. It has a lot of like split ends and frizziness through it, and this is just how it came. Like, I didn't do anything to it; it just came this way. So then I was trying to think of what to do with it. Does anyone have any suggestions on what they think we should do with this?
Good morning, Connie.
Put a what on it? No suggestions? Junior, you got your suggestions over there?
No, I just said good morning.
Oh, good morning.
What were you asking about?
This doll head right here. Any suggestions on how we should style it? That was my question to everyone. Coffee.
Are you talking about dyeing it?
No, I'm talking about styling it. Miss Sue, got any suggestions on how we should style this?
Make her look like Michelle Pfeiffer. Is it Michelle Pfeiffer? No. Which one's the chick from Charlie's Angels?
Oh, Farrah Fawcett.
Farrah Fawcett. There you go.
That's Farrah Fawcett hair on here.
Uh-huh.
We could do that.
Good morning, Miss Sue.
The strawberry acai. Yeah, I could do that. could do that. We could do the Farrah Fawcett hair. I'll need to get a curling iron out for that. I don't have it in here, do I?
And then do a fade on the side and do like a star design.
You know, when you do that type of stuff on doll heads, it never looks right, and I couldn't even draw a star, much less put one on someone's head. But that never even looks right in the head because of the way that they're like sewn in to the head forms itself. So doing something like that's never really a great idea. But yeah, we could do the Farrah Fawcett look here. How do we feel about using Marcel iron? Does everyone feel comfortable with that, or does that like a foreign object to you still?
I don't know how to
Like
hold it.
50-50.
That's all I use are Marcel's, really. I don't use plugins too much.
The spring ones, but use the ones that you lift open? Like for
Yeah.
Marcel like that? Okay, good. Because you have to do that on state board. So sometimes they're a little tricky to get used to using them. So we could do that. Let's see. Actually, to get the whole Farrah Fawcett hair, this actually needs to be shorter in the front here. But we could probably do more of a, I want to cut it that short in the front. That's why I left it longer. But you know, that could work. We could do that. Hair or something else. Tell you. Okay. We could actually do that with rollers too. So let's try the rollers first. So is everyone familiar with who Farrah Fawcett is?
No.
Yeah.
Was she an actress?
Yes, she was. She was one of the original.
Where the feather curl hair?
Yeah. Okay. So he says to make this one look like that. So we're going to go ahead and roll this up to where that looks like that. But in order for me to do that, I'm going to go get some bigger rollers really fast. So I'm going to run and go get that. So we're going to use these bigger ones. I got these red ones that are, you know, kind of large like this compared to these green ones that we've been using. They kind of fit inside there, so they're just a little bit larger. So Farrah had her hair parted down the center, and then it all came back kind of like this. So we're going to leave this part down the center. Is that center? Probably not. And I'm going to continue down the center all the way to the back. Now the thing with this is that we want to make it look the same on both sides, right? So we really have to pay close attention to what we're going to do over here on both sides. And I'm just going to clip this out of my way because I do not want to work on one side yet. So I'm going to work with this side first. because it all came back and it met in the center and the back. So if I start back here on the bottom, make this fit in her head.
Oh, you know what type of haircut would have been cool? A pixie cut.
Yeah. And what's your definition of a pixie?
Short.
There's lots of definitions of pixies. Short hair, yeah, that's about what it is, but what type?
Do you remember my Indian? Do you remember my Indian client?
Yes.
That short.
See, I would call that a wedge. So this depends, again, you know, this is why you gotta be clarify with your client, because they're different haircuts. Now, start with my roller. Place it here at the bottom. I wanna make sure that I'm taking the right width here. So this is pretty much 1 here at the bottom. So I come up to the center right here. I'm gonna do 2 once I get to the occipital bone. So here's my length. I have 1 roller here. I'm gonna cross. I'm gonna clip this out of my way. And I'm going to bring this out. Probably at about 45 because it was very full. And roll this in vertical. It's all going to be vertical here. Clip that down. When I get to the next section, let's see, from my part, it is to the back of the ear here. Jeez, already? Okay. So
You gotta say it was Connie.
Sanitize. All right, back of my part. Across the back of the head here. Next section for rollers. Divide this in half. Same difference right here. And then up here, I just have room for 2 more. Let's put this here. It's going to be a little bit of a triangular section instead of a rectangle, just because of the way that the hair goes in the crown. Okay, I'll do 2 more here. And we'll come to the front. So these are about right here on the top half. one roller. These are even bigger, so I can just do one and on the side so you get done a lot faster. I don't like the way that looks. Get up just a little bit more here. And then the top here is a little bit wider, but it's gonna not big enough for 3. So I will use the shorter ones.
Can you move the camera over some so we can like see the whole head? Thanks. Yeah, that's perfect.
We'll use the shorter ones. So see how this kind of fell right here? Instead of rolling that whole thing, I would just take a clip, pick it back up on there, and just slide that around where it catches it, instead of taking the whole thing down. Just a little trick to make it easier. Miss that one altogether because I will need to re-roll that piece. Okay. Okay, so we got the whole side set going back all the way around in the backwards position. So you would do the same thing on the other side. I was actually thinking about curling it and seeing if it turns out the same or which side works better. What do you think? Should we do it like that? Curl with the curling iron and see which side comes out better? All right,
Yeah.
so what?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what we'll do. So it's 11. Let's take a break, 10 minutes. I'll see you at 11:10. And I'll get the curling iron ready. I was actually waving at your
Say
girls.
hi, Miss Connor.
Hi, girls. I like your bows.
Thank you.
Okay, go back in the living room now, please. I have to do school now.
All right, so with this, I'm gonna start at the bottom again because I don't want my curls to be disturbed. But what I did pick up was some hot spray. This is a firm hold protection spray. It has a hold factor of 20. So it's not super strong, but it's not weak either. I've actually never used this, so we'll find out what it's like. So I'm just gonna stand back about a foot, give it a little shoot of spray there. I'm going to divide this in half vertically and tone this out.
I'm getting Taco Bell.
I know, every day, huh? I've got the large curling iron that was the biggest one that I could find. That was pretty close to the rollers. And oh, the spring's not working so great. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in about halfway and turn it down so I can try to get it at my base. I'd already tested it. So I'm gonna place the comb next to the base and just kind of pull this out to the ends so that I'll get a nice curl on my ends as well as at the base. And when I let it go, I'll have my curl there. So move over to this next piece.
We
And,
can't see it.
huh?
We can't see.
Oh, you can't see? Okay.
No. Oh.
Bring this in, come up to my base. Put my comb in so I don't burn the scalp. Just gonna pull this out a little bit and keep winding it back to the scalp towards the ends till I get all of the ends in. Then I have another curl. Now, some of the things that you can do with these curls, so when you get done with them, you can roll them up and pin them just so till it cools off so that they stay just a little bit stronger. So we'll drop down the next section. I'm only taking about half of the length of the roller when I go to curl this because this is actually longer than the roller, but it's harder to maneuver around when you have a lot of hair in it. So I'm just going to, it's about half the size of the roller. Make sure you always keep your comb there though to protect the scalp. You don't always have to pin them. I just want to because I want to keep the curl in it as much as I can without it falling while it cools. Oh, I forgot about this one. Hi.
You want something?
Not for Taco Bell, no, thank you. Oh.
Morning, Donovan.
Hi.
Who got Taco Bell?
They want Taco Bell. I do not like Taco Bell. I gotta be in the mood for that, and that's not happening today.
I had
Not even
Taco
the-
Bell for
not even
breakfast.
You like Taco Bell breakfast? Never had Taco
Well,
Bell.
you know what? It's just since being pregnant, I never eat Taco Bell. But since I've been pregnant, for some reason, that's what this baby likes.
Taco Bell. Ugh. I used to love it too, but not anymore. All right, so just spray this down a little bit more right here. Actually, the spray is nice. It's giving it a nice firm curl, but it's not very crunchy, but it's going to hold. So like my hair, if I was to curl it with a curling iron, because it's so fine, nothing ever stays. So this would be a really nice spray for me to use. I might get some actually.
Is it like a spritz? What kind is it?
Yeah, it's a heat protection spray. So it's going to actually protect the ends from the heat. And it's got a hold of 20, so it's just supposed to make the curl stay in a little bit better. So like throughout the day or throughout the evening, whatever you're using it for, it should be, I don't like the way that looks. It should hold it a little bit more for you, your style. Give it a longer lasting hold there for your style. Get those ends in a little bit more. Got my comb behind the scalp, right? I need to protect my scalp with the comb. I don't burn it. I pick that up and clip that again. By clipping it again, it holds it until it cools off, because you know sometimes if you just let it sit there and you don't clip it, it's just not going to hold very well, and it'll just, you know, the weight of the hair will pull it down. So by clipping it, it's going to pull it in there just a little bit more. I don't think this is going to be dry by the time I get done curling this. So I'm going to place her underneath the dryer while we have one. And then at 1 o'clock, we can comb it. So for the 1 o'clock theory, you can see the comb out of this. Or if you don't, if it's not dry by then, we can do it tomorrow morning. I'm not doing the sides yet, so still from behind the ear. I'm not doing any, I'm only curling from behind the ear to the center back. I'm not curling the front yet. Ooh, thank you, Miss Sue. Yum. She just brought me Starbucks. It's like, yay. But see, yesterday I wanted coffee. I didn't get coffee. Today I don't want coffee, so I got one of those strawberry acais with the lemonade. Yum.
Ooh, that sounds good right now. Make a wager with somebody.
For what?
For some coffee, for some Starbucks. Remember when you bet me, or remember when I bet you and I lost and I had to get you some Starbucks?
That's right. I do remember that. Let's make another bet.
Probably like twice.
I think you've got me a you lost a candy bar to me too, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I ended up having to buy some. Who did I end up buying a candy bar for? Because I made the bet with a couple of you guys, and I ended up losing to one of you. And
Like a
then,
wild guess.
yeah, I ended up having to get a candy bar to someone. I don't remember who it was though.
Brian.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He was all stoked about it too.
Okay, so see, it's coming along back here. I'm just gonna do a few more through the top and the sides. And then this should be, yeah, this isn't dry yet though. So I'll leave my front out for the very last. Spray some of this in now. It's kind of sizzling from the spray. Oh, it's staying on there pretty good. Hi, Miss Sue. For those of you that haven't met Miss Sue, this is Miss Sue. Hi. Okay. She was one of the night teachers, for those of you that don't know her, but if you're coming during the day, when we actually get to come back, you may see her running in here at about 11:30. Right when you go to lunch. That didn't work. That one did not look good. I know. I found that out the hard way. Yeah, and that's the other thing with this. The spring is not working so great. So there's a few pieces that I feel like just aren't curling right.
For state board, can we use any type of curling
Yes. We can.
iron, or do we have to use that one with the?
No.
I had like 2 prongs on it, I think.
You mean like the Marcel iron? No, you don't have to use that for state board. If you rent your kit, as of last, before the pandemic hit, the Cosmo kit came with the Marcel iron and the Barber kit came with the spring iron. But now that the pandemic came, I don't know what's gonna happen. But that's how it was. Okay, so now I'm getting up towards the front. I have my curls going there. So I think I'm gonna just do one more here. And then up to the front. Stuff isn't really sticky, but I can feel something on my fingers. I don't know what it feels like a coating or something. I don't know. It's not really sticky. Doesn't really feel like a lot of products. Let's divide this in half now, horizontally, and then I'm going to divide it in half vertically. And I'm going to continue curling the top, and then I'll curl the sides and the back. Bring this down a little bit more towards the scalp. Get a little bit of a firmer curl at the scalp. Bone, protect it. This up. So this was cut where the front's a little bit longer, so it's going to be longer in the front. So I'm just going to get the scalp and feed my ends back around until I feed my ends through there. wants to fall for sure, so clipping that, hold it up. Just clip some of these out of the way so I can get to the underneath here at this section. And then I'll do 2 here. Vertical parting. Using my comb, protecting the scalp. That's one thing you do have to do at state board is protect your scalp from the heat of the comb. Again. Ouch. Ah. Okay, so this one's not looking so great right here. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I'm just gonna redo it. That looks better. So here we have the finished curls, the curling iron going all the way around versus the rollers, but they kind of look the same from the front and sides, just with the rollers put in, with the curling iron put in. We'll see the difference on how it dries and what they look like when finished with this, drying this one. So do you guys have any questions or anything? Okay, so this was a perm that we did last week. Yeah, it was week before. So this was one of the perm rollers that we did. Okay, so I just kind of ran my fingers through it and combed this out. So your client comes in, she looks like this and says, I need my hair fixed. What would you do?
Tell her that
What's
she
the
needs a miracle.
definition of fixed first?
Yeah, she wants it styled, right? Because she's going somewhere. I just shampooed my hair, let it dry, and this is what I have. You know, so yeah, you want to ask her, like, how do I want it fixed? She says, oh, I don't know. I just want some curls. And you're looking at her hair going, okay, you have curls. Because I actually had this happen. Someone had natural curly hair and she came in and she said she wanted her hair curled. She wanted her hair styled. She was going somewhere. So she wanted it fixed, you know, she wanted curls. And I'm thinking, but you have curls, you know, so she just wanted different curls. So I ended up curling it with her own natural curl with a curling iron, and it does make a difference. So, you know, this other curling iron is kind of big here, but let's say we're just going to kind of relax this curl a little bit. Get over there. If we put the curling iron in this, recurled it, she would still have, oh, it's too big, but she would still have some of her own curl in it. But it would just be more of a relaxed curl. See, and then you could piece these out. She would still have curl. It would just be more of a relaxed curl in her hair, which was an interesting thing to do because I don't do that much hairstyling, and I was kind of stuck. So I went forward with one piece, so then you would like go back with the other one, because you don't want them to all go in the same direction, unless you want it to go in the direction. But in this case, we wanted something a little bit more just random, you know, not something that was so structured. So I just went back and forth with the curls, and then I just put some styling cream on my fingers, and I just pieced out pieces of it. And that was one of those ones that you pat yourself on the back when you're done, because it's like something you've never done before, and you're just like, oh my gosh, what is this doing here? But it ended up being cute. I thought. I liked it. She liked it. She had kind of short hair, and I used a small curling iron. I charged her $50, and she gave me a $20 tip. So I was happy on that one. Yeah, I don't do styling that much. I mostly just do cuts and color. That's it. So this thing's hot. How do you feel about long hair and updo styling?
Like pinup?
Yeah, like for a formal occasion.
Well, that's easy.
You think it's easy?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else thinks it's easy? Not me.
It depends.
Right. Some of them are kind of simple, right? And some of
Yeah,
them,
they're really simple, or they don't have a lot of hair. It's like really thin hair, so then you have to try to make it look fuller when they don't have a lot of hair.
right. See, that's always a challenge. You know, you'll get someone that, you know, you can practically see their scalp, and they bring a picture in with someone that has like this full hair. But one of the things that you have to think about when they bring you pictures like that, or magazine pictures, is hair added in there? Like, did they put a weft in there, or did they add, you know, some type of hair to make their hair look fuller? Because, you know, I mean, there are some people who just have tons and tons of hair, but, you know, the majority of people really don't have tons and tons of hair like that, like, you know, magazine, or chances are that they probably added something in. You see people with these big like chignons in the back of their head, you know, and they're just huge. That's probably just a piece, you know, that's been added in. So someone wants their hair like that, but okay, you know, they don't have that kind of hair. So that's something that we really have to think about, take into consideration too. If you use rollers on someone's hair, and you're just like, oh yeah, this just didn't work. Like I have a roller line. Like, let's say I have a roller line. I have a roller line. I just can't get this out of their hair. I've backcombed it, you know, 8 times, and it still wants to separate. You know, what do I do? Well, that's when you have a curling iron nearby. Nobody said you can't go back in with a different tool and try to just fix that out to where it'll just roll right in, and you won't see that roller line. So you just, you know, run your curling iron through it, and just kind of add it together. You know, you got to have more than one size curling iron. You got to have more than, you know, one size rollers. And a lot of times in the magazines and print too, these hairstyles are done with rollers, because they give them, you know, the most strength at the base. And if you're working underneath hot lights all day long, you're probably going to need a little bit of extra hold for your hair, especially if you start to sweat. So that's why, you know, having all these tools laying around and ready to use helps out. See, I just made that looks already better. And I didn't even comb it, right? I just kind of ran the ends of the comb through it and fixed that separation there. So, you know, you can use these things without any problem whatsoever. So I'm going to show you a couple more videos right now. Your assignment for today is going to be come up with something, whether you use a curling iron, whether you use a flat iron, I don't know, anything at all that you have at home. Your assignment is to come up with a couple of styles, you know, come up with a style and like modify it. Let's say this girl came in and, you know, she's like, oh, I don't like my hair so big. You might put a braid, you might put a clip and clip it back if you had some kind of fancy clip, bobby pin. You know, you could always bobby pin something out of your way. There's all different types of things. So your idea here is to come up with a style. So let me show you some more videos so that you can get maybe an idea of something that you might want to do. And then that's what you're going to come up with it. Just take a picture of it, send it into us. This is my style. Come on, work. There we go.
But it has to be done with a tool, or?
Well, do you have a tool?
Yeah.
Okay, then use a tool. You can use more than one tool also.
But would you say
online and send it to you?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Alejandro.
Can we get a picture online and send it to you?
Are you gonna do it? Oh, you can't do it. Okay, that's right. You can't do it.
But would you say about the braids?
Well, you can put braids in it, but you can't do like all braids. But you could do a style with like a braid in it because they do have styles with braids in it. Alejandro, since you cannot work on your doll head right now, you find a picture online and analyze it. Let me know whether you think it is an on base, an off base, a half off base set, what they use. Did they use rollers, curling iron, you know, wand, like what you think they used, and you analyze that and send it in to us.
Okay.
Okay, so this is with a blow dryer. And different brushes.
Clients with short lengths usually prefer a look that is trendy and easy to maintain. This airform design is versatile and can be worn to look casual or fashionable. This highly textured look features a side part and slightly curved end texture throughout. Volume and indentation are airformed to accentuate the texture of the sculpture. This exercise will be performed on a short, uniformly layered form. The art shows the various directions in which the hair will be airformed. Note that the design incorporates a side part on the left side. Begin by applying styling cream from base to ends with your fingers. Next, create a side part from the center of the left eye to the crown. Then, use a wide-toothed tail comb to distribute into the intended directions of the design. Work from the front hairline to the sides. Then, distribute the crown area using radial distribution. Distribute the nape downward. Pre-dry the hair starting at the front of the heavier side. Airform with a blow dryer set on medium temperature and speed for control. Lightly manipulate the lengths using your fingers in the direction of the design to completely dry the hair. Manipulate the base for lift and support, and the ends for desired movement and direction. Then, move to the crown and use the same technique working toward the nape. Direct the airflow at the nape and perimeter upward for a slight indentation. Some clients may choose to wear this more casual, low-maintenance look. This finger finish works especially well when hair has subtle wavy texture. The art shows that the back will be airformed using horizontal and diagonal back brush positions. Starting just above the center nape, position a 9-row brush horizontally and airform volume from base to ends using a curved movement to smooth the ends and reinforce the curved direction. Work from the center to either side. Airform using a diagonal back brush position at the sides. Continue to use the same technique, working from the center to either side as you work to the top. Next, airform the perimeter, directing the airflow from underneath the strand and turning the brush upward for indentation, in toward the nape. Direct the airflow at the nape and perimeter upward for a slight indentation. Next, move to the front of the heavier side and airform to create volume using a diagonal brush position. Continue using the same technique as you work up to the part. Then airform the ends of the fringe for a subtle bevel under effect. Now, move to the side and airform for volume, starting above the ear using a diagonal back brush position. Continue using this technique until you reach the top. Airform the side perimeter, directing the airflow from underneath the strand to create indentation. Repeat the same airforming techniques on the opposite side. Airform volume starting above the ear, working to the top. Then, airform indentation to the side perimeter. Next, airform to blend between volume and indentation and break up the texture using your fingers. Start below the nape, directing the airflow upward. Work around the head, moving the dryer back and forth as you work to the sides and toward the top. Apply a silicone-based finishing product, distributing it evenly through the hair. Then use your fingers to define the direction and texture of the design. Scrunch the ends to enhance the activated texture, and smooth the fringe to create textural contrast in the design. The finish shows a highly textured airform design that showcases the uniformly layered form. The hair can also be tucked behind the ears for an easy styling option.
All right, so everyone's got an idea what they're gonna do? Yeah, okay. See some of you shaking your head yes. So that will be good. Let me make sure I have everyone on here before we go to lunch. Participant